miles. It is 4:55. Let's talk more about what's happening on the south side here, particularly in Virginia Beach.
In Sandbridge, they called for that mandatory evacuation yesterday afternoon. And that's where we find News 3 reporter Samantha German. She is there now. It looks like the wind is pretty serious there, Sam.
The winds are extremely serious right now, you guys. What a difference a half hour can make. I mean, the winds have really picked up here right now. I want to show you guys something. This is at the intersection of San Fiddler and Sandbridge Road here. You can see the stop sign just rocking back and forth because of these heavy winds. I want to pan over this way. You can see the bushes. There's this dolphin statue continuing to just blow back and forth in the wind. We know that all visitors and residents here in the Sandbridge section of Virginia Beach are all under a mandatory evacuation order, and now that these elements are really starting, I can understand why. That evacuation order was issued around 6 o'clock last night. We spoke with a lot of residents and visitors here in this area. Visitors say they had to actually cut their vacation short, and some residents say they're going to stick this thing out and wait until the storm passes. But again, this is what we're seeing right now. The rain has slowed down a lot within the last half hour, but the winds have really picked up. There are also quite a bit of ponding here on the roads here in Sandbridge. I'm going to throw it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Sam, reporting to us from Sandbridge and Virginia Beach. Be safe out there.
And that makes sense. I mean, technically, Sandbridge is the northernmost part of the Outer Banks. Just happens to be on the Virginia side. So what she's seeing, what Anthony Sabella is seeing down in Nags Head, quite similar as Dorian starts to race to the north and east.
Our storm team coverage continues this morning with Samantha German.
Yeah, Sam, you were in Virginia Beach. You're now on I-64 in Norfolk, headed to Ocean View. What's happening out there?
Yeah, guys, right now we're on 64 heading to the Ocean View section of Norfolk, where there are reports of a downed tree on top of a car on Kingston Avenue in the Ocean View section of Norfolk. Right now, we do not know if there are any injuries to report, but we are headed that way to see what the damage is and how the conditions are out there. I want you guys to take a look at what we're seeing right now on the roads. We've been seeing quite a few cars actually on the roads right now, sharing the roads with us. A lot of heavy rain within the last hour, and we've also been experiencing a lot of heavy wind. So we know right now in the city of Norfolk, there is a voluntary evacuation for Zone A. We also know that about 900 people are without power, and we know that more than half of those are in this section of Ocean View where we're headed right now, where that downed tree is on top of a car there on Kingston Avenue. So the second we get out there, we're going to bring you up to date on how the conditions are outside in Ocean View. Live along 64, Samantha German, News 3.
Continues in Norfolk this morning with News 3 reporter Samantha German. She is in Ocean View, where a massive tree fell on several cars there.
Yeah, that's right, you guys. Right now I'm here on Kingston Avenue in the Ocean View section of Norfolk. You can tell that the heavy winds have picked up yet again, and the rain has also picked up here. But I want you guys to take a look at this. I mean, you can see that the caution tape is up. Here is the reason why behind that. I mean, a massive tree, just like you said, split into half onto two vehicles here. Moments ago, a guy did get into one of those cars. I'm guessing that was the owner of the car, and he was able to drive off. I didn't see much damage to that car, but you can see where that space was. His car was right there. You can still see that red SUV is stuck underneath that tree there. So again, a lot of the conditions here this morning are intensifying. I'm sure you guys can see that wind howling right now in my microphone. The wind is picking up. There are a lot of heavy rains, but this caution tape is up, advising people to stay away from this area, because you can see, I mean, a couple of downed wires. The down tree took some of those wires down with it, and it's really important that you stay away from any down wires and lines that you may see, because they are very dangerous. They could possibly still be energized, so it's very important that, you know, you guys are staying indoors right now, because these elements are intensifying. They have been throughout the morning here. So again, like like we've been saying, we're here in the Ocean View section of Norfolk, where a lot of people are still without power. Half of those, more than half, are right here in the Ocean View section of Norfolk. We are going to continue to be out here this morning, bringing you all of the updates and the conditions as they continue to worsen here as Hurricane Dorian passes over Hampton Roads here. Live in Ocean View of Norfolk, Samantha German, News 3.
It's another threat we're seeing, falling trees, quite a few of them.
Yeah, News 3 reporter Samantha German has been traveling from Norfolk. She's now heading to Chesapeake, where we have the report of another tree down. Sam, what are you seeing?
Hey guys, right now we're on George Washington Highway here in Chesapeake already. We've just been seeing, those winds have really picked up. That rain is still coming down. When we were actually on the Monitor Merrimack on our way over here, we saw a lot of signs just advising drivers to slow down
during these high winds. So right now, of course, we've been seeing a lot of debris on the sides of the roads here, tree limbs. We've been seeing trees actually lean on power lines, causing some down power lines. And we just want to let you guys know about an hour ago, the Chesapeake Fire Department actually was on George Washington and Prescott Circle, where there was a tree down on some down power lines, causing some sparks. In the area there. So there was a heavy scene of, the fire department was out there, Dominion Energy crews were there, and right now we are just continuing to drive here in Chesapeake and just show you guys what we're seeing right now. A lot of heavy winds, a lot of rain right now. It's really important to reiterate here, if you are near a downline, it's best to stay away from that area because those can be very dangerous. They could still be very energized, so it's just best to stay inside, stay safe out here. It's not good to go out on the roads right now because these are the conditions. This is what we're looking at. A lot of heavy winds and a lot of heavy rains here in Chesapeake. I'm going to throw it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thank you, Samantha German in Chesapeake on George Washington Highway. 10:45 is our time, and we know that the trouble is not just limited to northeastern North Carolina, but chunks of the south side, the peninsula, is seeing big trouble as well.
And we want to turn to our Samantha German joining us in Sandbridge this morning. And Sam, you found a surfer out in this hurricane.
I found a surfer out in this weather right now. We are getting sand blasted right now. The winds are whipping. First, I want to show you this sign. We're here on Sandfiddler Road. Look at this. Sign completely blown over. I can't even see what that cross street says. But right now I'm standing here with Tyler. Tyler, how are you doing? Why are you out here?
I'm here to surf.
Here to surf?
Yeah.
How is the water?
The water's really warm. It's just really big out.
Yeah, so I'm sure you got some crazy waves.
Yeah, got really good waves.
Okay, but Tyler, you told me something interesting a moment ago. You said that you actually helped get a tree off the road with some officers. Tell me about that.
Well, there was two female officers out on the road, and the tree was pretty big, so we had to help them out.
Where was this?
This is on Sandbridge Road.
Right in Sandbridge. Okay.
Yeah.
Tyler, thank you. I'm so glad you're safe. You're making it look easy out here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting sandblasted. Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So guys, Sandbridge, the wind is seriously, it's picking up right now. We were out here earlier this morning, but the winds have gotten a lot stronger. You just heard it. There's surfers out here. They're loving this weather. I don't know why, but we are getting sandblasted out here. You saw the sign fell down on the ground. That's how strong the winds are. The rain is really coming down here. I'm in the section of Sandbridge here in Virginia Beach. This section here is under mandatory evacuation right now, and you can see why. Because of these elements, if you have not left, it is not a good idea to do that now. The roads, the conditions on the roads here are horrible. The wind is really coming down here right now. I'm going to toss it back to you guys in the studio live in Sandbridge of Virginia Beach. Samantha German, News 3.
My golly. Okay. Glad that guy's safe. Glad he was able to help out with those police officers. Not glad that he's out there in the water.
Hopefully he will listen to the wise advice of Samantha German and get to safety.
Yes.
All right, Maddie, thank you. Our storm team coverage continues this afternoon in Sandbridge.
Let's go back to News 3 reporter Samantha German, who is there. And over the past couple of hours, you really saw the wind and the rain pick up. So can you describe what's happening now?
Yeah, guys, it is brutal out here. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, the winds have not let up since we've been out here, and the rain is still coming down here. I want you guys to see just how dangerous the road conditions are here right now. I'm standing on Sandfiddler Road right now, and you can see right now it's ponding here. It's ankle deep, but it looks even deeper down. You can see this truck going through the middle here. Moments ago, I did see a car, though, that decided not to go through this because you really can't tell how deep it is until you're right up on it. And even then, that's too late. So I saw the car turn around, and that's the right idea to have. You just don't know how deep the water can get, especially in the middle of the road here where you just can't see where it's ending. But again, we're here out in Sandbridge, in the Sandbridge section of Virginia Beach, where that mandatory evacuation order was issued just last night. And this is the reason why. I mean, these conditions have really been intensifying throughout the morning and into the afternoon here. It is best to stay safe and stay inside, continue to stay hunkered down out here, but it really is dangerous conditions out here with this heavy wind and the heavy rain. I'm going to toss it back to you guys in the studio. We're live here in Sandbridge. Samantha German, News 3.